It's strange how one evening can alter the course of our lives forever. That night, one autumn in 2007, my world felt untouched by darkness. But everything changed the night my friends and I decided to have a sleepover at my house. My parents had gone away for the weekend, and the excitement swirled around us all day in school. It was Friday, so we could stay up as long as we liked, and had all weekend to ourselves, starting with a movie night, along with some standard gossiping and joking about. There were 3 of us: Emily, Anna, and me. As soon as we finished school, we all rushed home to get changed out of our uniforms, then would meet at my house. Emily and Anna both lived in the same street as me, so it wasn't long until they arrived. They let themselves in as they usually did, even if my parents were home. We piled into my room, the golden glow from the string lights draping the walls giving off a sense of comfort and warmth. I had already collected all my dad's horror DVDs for us to choose a film as well as the menus for our local takeaways. We chose a film and ordered pizza. We would eat the pizza while playing some games, then later, when it was sufficiently dark, we could eat as much popcorn as possible and watch scary movies. We had just set up our card game when the doorbell rang. It was the pizza delivery guy. I grabbed the money and went to pay and collect our order. As I took the delivery, I noticed my next-door neighbor's weird son, Harry. He was sat on the curb on the other side of the road, staring at me as I took the delivery. I was creeped out, but he was always creepy. There were a lot of rumors about Harry. Even the adults whispered about him, linking him to random vandalism and missing pets. He was a very quiet kid, a year above me at school, and was known to not really speak to anyone, but was always prone to having random outbursts of anger. "Hey, did you guys see that?" I stammered, pointing toward the window. I told them about Harry. My cat, Luna, jumped from the windowsill as Anna yanked the curtains aside. But Harry was gone, his presence already an unsettling memory. "Oh, you think he was watching us?" Emily said, her voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper as she absently stroked Luna, who had taken refuge on her lap. I could see the nervous adrenaline already kicking in. "It's creepy no matter what," Anna muttered, her brow furrowed in indignation. We dismissed the incident and enjoyed our all-pizza and continued with our card game, though I felt the dread creeping in as the light outside dimmed. We decided to go up to my room where we would be more cozy and watch the movies in our pajamas. I locked all of the doors and closed all of the curtains before going upstairs. When I was closing my parents' bedroom curtains, I noticed a Harry stood in his garden, looking up towards my bedroom window. I ran into my room and noticed the curtains were still open, and Anna and Emily were already in their pajamas. After I told them both that Harry was watching, Anna opened the window to confront him. He was still there looking with a creepy smile on his face. "Go home and leave us alone, you pervert!" She screamed at him so the whole street could hear. Then she slammed the window shut and closed the curtains. As the night deepened, an uneasy stillness settled. We decided to play truth or dare to drive away the nerves until we were ready for a scary movie. Halfway through Emily's turn, the doorbell rang. I shot a startled glance at Anna, only to meet her equally startled expression. "Who is it?" Anna asked, whispering with a quaver in her voice. "No idea," I replied. Another ring. It droned unnaturally in the silence of the house. We got up cautiously and went downstairs, glancing out the peephole. Harry stood there, grinning as if he held the secret to the universe. "Ugh, it's him," I said, turning back to the girls who were wide-eyed. "Let's just ignore him," Anna suggested, and we did. But Harry didn't leave. Instead, he started ringing the bell, constantly, creating a rhythm that resonated in the tension-filled air, crawling under our skin like an unwanted itch. "Go away, you psycho!" I shouted, wishing I could summon the bravado I felt in those horror movie tropes, the ones where the brave teen faces the horror with a flashlight tight in her grip. But I was terrified. I hoped he would just leave, and after a minute, the ringing stopped. We heard him laughing to himself before he walked away, leaving silence behind. Something about the silence after made it feel more sinister. When we went back upstairs, it wasn't long until we heard periodic tapping at the bedroom window, like small pebbles hitting against the window pane, softly at first, but growing into ugly insistence. "We should call your mom," Anna suggested, now shaking. "No," I insisted. "He'll get bored and go away if we ignore him." We settled in to watch our first movie, and it seemed like I was right. We never heard from him for the next hour. We were just throwing popcorn at each other and teasing each other about being scared of the movie, when there was a loud crack. A noise from the kitchen broke through our laughter, causing silence. My heart thudded against my ribs as I felt drawn towards the noise. I looked around. Luna was fast asleep, curled up in my duvet, so it can't have been her making the noise. "Come on!" I hissed, summoning courage I wasn't sure I had, and waving Anna and Emily to follow me downstairs. We crept down the stairs, listening for any more noise. The kitchen window that I always left open for Luna, if she wanted to go outside in the night, had swung open, cold night air swooping in. The relief gushed over us like a wave, and we started to giggle, but that didn't last long. As I went to shut the window, I noticed the safety latch that stopped the window opening too far had been broken off, like the window was forced open. Fear crashed over us again. Had Harry broken in? Was he in the house? We decided that we would go over the road to Anna's house and call the police to come and check it out, just to be safe. We turned back toward the bedroom to go and grab our phones and jackets. When we got to my room, something seemed odd, like something had changed after we went downstairs. "Where's Luna?" I whispered, dread curling around the words. "I don't know," Emily said. "She was just here. Maybe she's under the bed." But when we looked, she wasn't. I felt the specter of fear lay itself heavily on my chest. "I can't find our phones," Anna exclaimed. She was the bravest of us, and she was clearly starting to panic. We backtracked and all agreed we definitely left our phones on my bed, but they were gone now. Our eyes darted around everywhere as we struggled to contain our fear. "My mom will have her phone," Anna said, somehow finding courage. "Let's go," I urged. But as we moved to leave, a new horror awaited us. There, at the top of the stairs, Luna lay twisted and lifeless, her neck broken and her wide eyes glazed over, reflecting the door's light eerily. I screamed. It echoed in the hollow silence, a cry that pierced the night. "Run!" Anna yelled, grabbing my arm. We burst through the front door, sprinting across the street to her house. My world felt unbearably narrow, the darkness closing in with unseen tendrils. We pounded on the door, shivering as a light flicked on. Anna's mom opened it and gasped, pulling us inside. We found our voices then, yelling for her to call the police. Anna's mom kept watch out of the window at my house until the police arrived. They were there in minutes, but it felt like hours. When they came, there were 4 officers in 2 cars. They asked us questions about what happened, and we told them everything. The police fanned out. As they crossed the street, 2 went round the back and 2 went through the still wide-open front door. It was only a matter of minutes before they were marching Harry out in handcuffs, a sick smile plastered on his face. Apparently, they found him in my parents' walk-in wardrobe holding a knife. He was calm, unfazed, even as they dragged him out. That creepy smile never fading. I had to testify in court, and when I was recounting what had happened, I saw him laughing to himself. Even when he was sentenced, he still had that creepy smile on his face. He'd only get 20 years, a trivial sentence for a twisted game that changed my whole life. Sometimes I feel like I still see him in the dark, whenever I close my curtains. His face and creepy smile even lingers in my nightmares. And although the years have passed, I still can't stay home alone and still jump when a doorbell rings. In some ways, it's like he's free, his shadow lingering within me, even as I try to move on. And soon, he will be free for real.
So we've closed the jar again. Join us next time and subscribe for more, if you dare.